Oh man.
Hi,
witches. We were just getting on the little final steps.
We're running around like chickens with our heads cut off.
I mean, just a little bit. It's a lot to prepare for, and we were trying to get ice for our this is actually a sparkling red.
Sparkling wine.
Yeah, so it's not like a sweet one, but I thought about having mead because this is for Beltane, and you got Beltane and Midsummer, which is like Beltane and Letha. Those are mead type holidays because the bees are what make mead, right? They're a honey derived liquor, which is fantastic. So we were just rushing to get ice in our cups. Cheers. Cheers to making Beltane crowns tonight. And I really didn't do a ton of preparation, but here's what I'm going to promise you guys for tonight. Well, when I say a ton of preparation, I didn't send out a list like I did with the last crafts we did. But after we get finished tonight, in this description, you'll be able to find all the things we use. So if you're watching now and you and you want to know what it was that we're using, I'm going to list all of that out in the description. So you will have it if you want to rewatch this video for the how-to and know exactly what we used. And, go ahead.
Yeah. Are you done?
I was just going to say everything that I got tonight for this is specifically from the Christian craft store known as Hobby Lobby because they have such great sales of like 50% off stuff. Why
all
not?
The time, like better than
all
Michael's.
The time. Like all, yeah, better than Michael's.
Much more than Michael's.
And I love Michael's, but so what were you going to say?
I was going to say confession time.
Oh boy.
So the only crown that I have ever made was for Christmas, and I made it for Yule, and I made it so flippin' heavy that it hurt my head
the entire time.
It hurt my head like an hour into the Christmas party that I made it for. So what I did with it was so heavy and it was beautiful, but it was heavy. So it was, what I did with it is I used it as a centerpiece and put a candle in it after that because so I don't know if I'll wear it again because I just put too much weight on it for
what do you think was the heaviest thing you put on it?
Maybe? I had a lot of green. So I started with a lot of green, but it was just I can't remember what I made the circle with.
Okay.
But oh my God, it probably weighed like 2 pounds or something.
Yeah.
It felt like
it's a long time to wear something. Hi, Kristen. It's a long time to wear something if you make it heavy. So we are doing 2 versions of the base tonight. And there are many versions of a base. But I wanted to do something really simple for you guys. This is a $9 wreath, not a reef, from Hobby Lobby. And I went into the store and I tried them on to see what would really fit. Now, this is bigger than my head.
It's not bigger than my head. It was
But you do want it a little bigger if you're going to do something that's already pre-made because you're going to be wrapping stuff around it. It's going to get thicker a little bit too. All right. So that I got for Kat, which is perfect.
She's got her dad's head, little peanut head.
First off, nobody ever called me a peanut head. That's not real. I have a normal size head. You have a big head. Okay. Perspective. Next up is what I'm going to be using for my base because the base is really where you start what you're comfortable with. And there's many, many options from something that's thicker. This is going to last. You can throw this shit around. Like, I got to say, I'm not always super responsible with my wreaths because as I drink through the holidays, I get a little more sloppy and I'm like, whoa, and I throw it to the side or I pack it in the car, I throw it in a bag or whatever. But this really holds up. When you've got something that's a little thinner, this is actually called just wire garland. And anything that you can get that's wired, flowers, accessories, anything with wires makes everything go smoother. So I want you to be thinking about that.
Wires.
Yeah, everything has wires on it that I got. Yep.
Is this part of it?
It is. We're going to unravel that. Well, it's all choices too. Okay. So I've given Kat lots of choices because she's going to.
Well, one of the things that you said is that. Oh, wait, let me back up. I was telling you about the only crown I've ever made was for Christmas and it was super heavy. So I don't have a lot of experience. So I'm going to kind of be following her instructions on how to do this tonight, right along with you guys. I don't know if you guys have anything in front of you, if you're doing this with us, if you bought stuff, but maybe you're watching it later. And so I'm the student. I'm the student.
You're the student. Yeah. She's made one. I've made 30 probably.
Dozens.
Yeah. My first one I ever made was when I was stationed in Japan. So that was 2001. And I met a witch friend. You know, it was the first time I really connected with another girl who felt witchy or pagan. That's what we called ourselves back then. And we just went all in on celebrating every holiday together. And you know, I do want to point out, like, I get that for witches, it's the pointy hat thing. But for me, claiming the word witch and the pointy hat thing always felt really Halloween, like childish or Halloween stereotypical. I don't find power in the pointed hat. I just don't. I do find power in flower crowns because it's connecting with the earth. And that's just closer to what I believe. And which is why I wear flower crowns for each of the holidays and not a pointy witch hat, which is fine. You know, there's a reason that hat came about. And if you want to look into it, that's cool. There's varying opinions. Some of them are not positive. Other ones are beautiful. Like it represents, represents the female organs because of the shape of it. So there's lots of ideas about what a witch's pointy hat means. And I want you guys to know that I do flower crowns because for me, being a witch is more about like honoring and connecting with the earth. That's truly why I have so many of them. And yes, I use fake flowers because I want to reuse this stuff over and over again. I've had some of my flower crowns for 15 years. And sometimes I add more to them or I loan them to people.
I love that. I love that. You said you might start with something simple and then the next time you use it, add some things. And then depending on the holiday, add some lights and take the lights off. So it's almost like it's never really done.
It's never done. It's a work of art in progress.
Yeah. So you can always change it up.
Always change it. All right, we're going to start with, so Kat has a store-bought wreath. This is from Hobby Lobby. I have just regular wire garland. It has, you know, some, it's not paper. It's more like fabric, little wreaths on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it out a little further than my head to make my circle because it's going to get thicker, okay? So you don't want it tight against your head. You want it to be like a little loose. And all I'm going to do with that wire is I'm going to go ahead and wrap it and be like, all right, here's my base. That is a little bit larger than the shape of my head. I just learned a really interesting fact today thinking about that. I know this is really weird and off topic, but as I wrap this, I want to tell you guys something. Have you ever seen, I just got done reading the book called Take Back the Magic. It was very interesting. It actually mixes a little bit of pagan and Christian mythology and Buddhist and all kind, like the people who wrote the book they studied a lot of different religions, and I thought it was really cool. Well, there's something that I never knew about the statues of the Virgin Mary or the Madonna or whatever you would call it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how when you see that statue, there's like this rim around her, do you know that is called the bathtub Madonna? Because a long time ago, statues were not built in a way that could sustain the weather. And so they actually would bury the bathtub halfway down and have it hanging over her to protect her.
Oh,
what in the world?
I thought it was like a light thing or something. They're still made that way.
They are. Yeah.
Somebody has one in their front yard, like a couple blocks from my house. I'm like, why is that there?
I just was so surprised to hear that it's called the bathroom Madonna. I'm like,
bathtub or bathroom?
Bathtub Madonna. Sorry, bathtub Madonna. I just didn't know. I don't know those things. So listening to this book was really cool. And I told Kat, she has to read it. It is called Take Back the Magic. It's by a girl named Perdita Finn. I hope I'm saying her name right. And so Perdita is like this story of a kind of like a Persephone type, right? Where her parents had her late in age and she was doomed and they tried to kill her and her mom. And I don't know, there's a lot of stuff to it. But anyways, it's a really cool book. And if you have any, I don't want to say father issues, but if there's anything around your father, unfinished business, she also has this. And I loved it. My father passed in 2011 and we definitely had unfinished business. I needed more from him. I wanted more from him. I wanted our lives to be more entwined and it wasn't. And so I connected with that, but it's really interesting because her and her father have like this loathing connection. I don't know. You just listen, if there's anything that interests you about that, where she's discovering herself and her husband, the guy she meets and marries, he has studied like every religion under the sun, which I think is so cool because you're trying to figure out who you are. And, you know, we come to witchcraft. Yeah, we come to witchcraft. We come to be pagans. And it's just, you know, you're doing what you can. You're like, I think this is right for me. And you try it out for as long as you can. And maybe something changes and maybe you go elsewhere. But I think it's the continual exploration that really gets us to the point that we're supposed to be.
I love that.
I know. It was such a good book. I just finished it today and I couldn't wait to tell you. All right. I've made my little base and look, see, it's bigger than my head. We want that. We want it a little bigger. Can you make yours over your head or not so much? You could. Okay. And the reason that we want that space is so that as you add stuff and this kind of gets thicker, that it still fits so where it won't just like fall off if you lean over while you're dancing wild under the moonlight naked, right? Like that's part of it.
With only your wreath on. Or with only your flower crown on for Beltane.
And for Beltane. Underneath
I can't figure out where's the best spot for mine.
That's a good point. If you get something like what Kat has, as you try them on, it should be more of an oval circle rather than
Mine's
like
kind of
a true
oval.
circle.
It's sort of like more oval toward this end of it, and then rounder toward the top.
So find a spot that feels well, because knowing the front is pretty important, since we might add a bejewel, a dazzle, a bling, something to the front. I really like that.
So should I mark it with something so that I know?
Sure.
It's right. Like
today we're also using just floral tape. This stuff's super cheap. You can get it anywhere, literally Walmart, the Dollar Tree, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, anywhere. So this is the green floral tape. It's really helpful when you want to hide wires and so they don't poke you, because that happens too. I also bought today I found in the marriage section, I found gold glitter floral wire. And I was like, pretty. I like that. I like that a lot. So I went with a totally different color scheme because this is Beltane and I don't have any true Beltane crowns. I have crowns that make up for Beltane because I'm not super adventurous in color, you guys. I got to admit, like my colors are purples and blues, whites, maybe some pinks. I don't know, man. Red and orange and yellow. My lower chakras need work. So those colors just don't always appeal to me. I got 2 bouquets that match for Kat and I. They were on clearance for $10, but I felt like they really fit the Beltane color scheme, which is literally all flowers in bloom right now. It's all going on. You know, where you've got in bulk, it's mostly white flowers, new blooms, you know, small greens, onto a star, which is all of the really light pastel colors, which are so pretty. I love a star's colors. But with Beltane, it's like the most colorful one for sure. If you were going to have a rainbow crown, this would be the holiday to make that. This is all about diversity, the colors, the acceptance of everyone in your tribe. So I just went with that. I was like, this is perfect. It's on clearance and it matches something that I've never done before.
I have a pair of those. I'm going to go grab them.
Okay. I should have brought another pair of scissors.
I have one.
So we basically took a pre-made, what do you call these things? Bouquet apart. Okay. So it's got all these different colors. And now you kind of want to figure out a placement before you truly start wrapping stuff, because you want to know, like, what is your front flower going to be? Like, what do you want the symbol? It's like the crown jewel of your flower crown. You know, it's the statement piece, 100%. And although we do I bought some shiny buttons and things that we can do hangings from if we choose. The flower colors are still going to be the best representation of what holiday you're really looking for. I just want to say hi to Jenny. Hi. And Sophia, you can't. Oh, listen, Mommy, I'll just put it next to you. Okay. You're missing instructions. I forgot.
Okay. So we're doing one in the center.
Okay. Well, what I was explaining is, like, as we took apart this, arrangement of flowers.
The biggest one would be in the center.
It could be the biggest one. It might look really goofy. That might look really goofy to some people. Sometimes it's just the more delicate things, So we have 2 of these that are exactly the same. And you could put, I've got one of these I like this color. It's kind of like an orange red. It's not a poppy, even though that in black inside looks like a poppy. It's not a poppy, but you're going to start designing it. There's also this light pink one, but see, this makes me think of more Astara or even in bulk. It doesn't make me think Beltane. So it's going to be, I think we're probably going with this guy.
Okay, so you were saying that we need to kind of figure out how it's arranged before we start.
A little, like, well, definitely, number one, find your flower that you want to be the front and center. Because this is going like in front of your face. And it will probably look really weird right now. Like, how weird do I look?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Little
bit. Okay. So then as you can set this down in front of you, and we didn't put the camera to where you guys could see everything, but this is where aesthetics come in, and not everybody is super good at this, and I get that. But listen, that's why the first time you do this, use cheaper materials so that you get an experience of, oh, okay, now I understand how things go together and look better together. So I'm looking for things that are matching on either side. Okay, so I love the big orange sunflowers. Sunflowers are a great symbol of the sun, and Beltane is one of those fire sun holidays, right? But Letha, which is midsummer, is like the bright yellow sunflowers, which we already have one for. I'm going to grab that really quick.
Okay. Well, I have a question about,
yes.
I know when I did that crown, the one for Yule, you made me or told me to like make the flowers stand up. Are we going to do that with this one too?
Are we sure this is a crown? That was really, is this your crown?
No, I never made that.
That slid right over my head like way too much. Okay. I feel like this is not truly a crown. It's way too big for my head. And I don't think my sister has that big of a head. But this is our Letha one. So it's just sunflowers. So as you're making ones for different holidays, you want to make sure that they stand out in a different way. That's why I brought in this one. Because I love the sunflower look. It's so pretty. Okay.
How are they going to be attached? Oh, so you're laying them side by side. Okay, that's what you're doing. Okay.
All right. Because every flower, remember, we're always looking for things with wires in them. We want to be able to bend and cure them to the thing. Right? Okay. So you've got your first flower. I'm going to put the two pinks next to that. I like that look. Then I'm going to go sunflowers. No, I'm going to do the orange ones. So now I've got these really beautiful orange ones. And actually this guy, so look at this. This guy, this little small bloom is taller. I'm going to bend him up. So he's actually going to stick out a little bit and maybe even over to the side so that you have a fullness to it. So I'm going to add those to the side. We're going to, again, I'm just going to bend that over. And it's all about what you like and what you think looks good, truly. And then to the side, I'm going to add the other two sunflowers that are sort of a little less orange than the other one. There's that. All right, now comes for the colors that I'm usually really like 3 colors in a thing, and that's enough for me. But I've got pinks and reds and orange and yellow, and now I've got blue and purple, and I'll tell you, that's far from what I would normally pick. And we've got greenery in this too. So with these smaller blue flowers that can kind of lean out, I want to see how much, how much they bend, but then you want to thread them through or kind of set them in. This is what it looks like for me, where I'm just setting them in on the flowers, and we're going to secure all of this with very beautiful, very easy to work with. This is floral wire. And I want you to get a floral wire that is a 26 gauge. It's very thin. It's really easy to work with. This kind even has its own little cutter at the bottom, so you don't necessarily need to cut it with the little wire cutters. This was only $4. It's not that expensive, and it lasts a long time. This is how many feet? 360 feet. I could make hundreds of crowns with that much wire for sure. All right, tell me how you're doing. What are you thinking?
Well, look at yours. Is like she's got like this perfect circle with everything crisscrossed across it. I don't.
All right, well, let's back up then.
No, it's fine. I'm copying
as long as you know where things are going and you like the way it looks. We're gonna take it all apart anyways.
Oh, we are?
Well, yeah, you're gonna set it to the side, right? So you're gonna have your left side and your right side of the flowers that you're really looking for that are on there.
Okay.
Hi, Jacqueline. And hi, Dreamtime Tarot. Mwah! Oh my gosh. Yeah, so once you get your flowers sort of thought of the way that you want it,
and we don't have to have anything in the back, or are we going all
we don't
the way?
have to have anything in the back. You can add things later. You can put ribbon back there. I have crowns that let me get this other one. I'll show you.
So one of the differences between mine and Jamie's is that she's got this little thin,
mine's very
thin, and I've got this thick piece that I'm working with. So as you can see,
it's beautiful.
Mine looks a little bit different, and it's a little bit different laying it out because where I have long stems, I have to tuck them under. so that I can get this like the way that I want it.
Well, and
so just the difference between
how it lays.
Yeah, the two.
And all you're doing is you're laying it out like you would lay out a picture collage. You just want to see like, oh, I like this in this spot. I like that in that spot. Oh, that doesn't look right. I just wanted to show you guys one that I did with a string in the background so that you can tie it. And all I did was get a really long string. I made loops ribbon. I made loops within those wires, you can't see it, but it's just, we've got floral wires and I thread it through. And when I put it on, then I just pull that string.
This is what she did with the ends of it, you guys. So
yeah, I just made a little loophole.
It's like,
so if you want one that's more like that,
so I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
it's just a little loop.
You can do it like that. Like even this one that I made in a perfect circle, I could cut it in half and then also do that with.
Are you using any? You're not using any green, are you?
Yeah, absolutely, I will.
Oh,
the green comes later though. First, the flower placement.
Okay.
So here is what this is going to be harder to show, but here is kind of what mine looks like as laid out. It looks messy, right? This isn't cute. This isn't pretty at all yet. This is just like some shit thrown together, and you're going, okay.
I like mine.
See, because you got a thicker base. See, mine being thin, it just looks like I'm holding random flowers together. So that thicker base does help, especially for beginners. And then you'll just learn whether or not you like it on your head that thick and hard and strong and pokey sometimes.
Yeah, I never really. I don't know what I started with the base. Maybe it was a wreath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it could have been.
I don't recall now.
I'm going to try to bend the camera down just a tad. Okay, we can still see us. But we've got our flowers out. So now because we have symmetry or we have the way that we like that they're laying, I just take each one off to the side. Boom, boom, boom. It's symmetrical. Pink one's next. And I've got my one big flower. This has a wire. So all you have to do is start wrapping it because it's a wire. Now I have a flimsier headpiece than she does, so I have to be a little more careful because I can totally wonk up the shape of mine if I'm not careful. That's it. So I've twisted that onto this, and since this is very buoyant, want to make sure that I don't get it weird. Okay, I look like I have a headlamp on, like I'm going to go into like work in the mine or something with a flashlight of flower. I love it. So I will tell you the one thing that you can do to make these better, continually try them on in front of a mirror so that you can see your progress, so that you can see if you don't like what's happening, because it's a lot easier to undo it after one flower than after 10.
I'm ready to go down to the mine and mine some coal.
Look at, hey, wait, put them on together. There we are.
Oh,
or it's like those doctors.
Ow, but that's hurting. That's thick.
Good. Okay. Well, not good. I'm sorry about that. That's why we have floral wire, because we're going to wrap around the parts that feel pokey for her. It's going to smooth everything out.
It's got a thicker, this big flower has a thick stem.
Yeah.
So when I put it on my head, that's what I feel. I feel that stem. So I will have to.
Yeah, you'll put ribbon on it and it'll get softer because it'll smooth everything out. It won't be like a sharp point there for you.
What I'll do is I want to hold it in place because it's not quite. Like yours kind of wraps pretty tight to that small one.
It does.
But mine kind of sticks out a little bit.
Yeah. So that's when we're going to use our wire. But that is one of the last things we're doing. Okay. We're going to tighten that up at the very end. Don't use this yet. Get everything crazy looking. All right. So I'm going from my headlamp flower. I'm putting on these two. Do you know what kind of flower that is?
Which one?
This pink one.
Oh, I don't have any idea.
It's a so it's that kind of flower. And all I'm going to do is the closer together, kind of the better. Because when they're thicker, they really do look better. They look like they have a higher quality, I'll tell you guys, look at the first ones I ever started out with. This is fun. And this is what I buy for some of the parties when I invite people over, and I don't want to make every single flower crown for people. These are ones from like, I think Amazon. Is this like triple knotted? Why is that not coming apart? Oh no. Oh, there we go. Maybe. Ugh. Okay. Well, I really wanted to show you this. Oh, there we go. So it's got two strings on it, but this is just one of those pre-made little flower crowns. And do you see, it can be a base for something else. It's kind of The flowers aren't quite right. They're not set right. But this can be a base for something that you start also. If you want to start with something more pre-made and then add a few things to it that mean something to you, the colors and the aesthetic of it are very personal. Very personal. How are you doing with that second flower?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you just gotta like weave it a little tighter, maybe.
Can I just stick it through here?
You can, yeah.
Can I stick
Whatever.
it
Listen, continue to try and see what works.
Yeah, because of the thickness of this and the thickness of this, wrapping it around and getting it to stay in place right now is presenting a challenge for me.
You got challenges?
I got challenges.
But
Listen,
I remember you could literally take these flowers off their stems. They come off really easy. I love that I said that, and then it was a kind of
look. So what I did with
you could glue it.
What I ended up doing with this one was, because I was having trouble wrapping it because this is so thick and that's thick, and it just wasn't. I weaved it inside here. I threaded it in here. So now that thing kind of like, now it's better. It's staying more in the front, kind of where I want it. And I'll be able to secure it once we get further along in this process.
Yes. So we are going to add more security to this. Nothing has to be perfect right away. Please don't try to make it perfect on the first flower wrap or anything. There will be time for adjustment. And what's really crazy is that as you build it and it looks kind of wonky and nuts, and then you add in all the little embellishments, you're going, oh shit, that actually looks really good. Oh my God, I thought it looked like crap. I thought it looked like, somebody inexperienced. Some janky looked like something I bought from the gas station or something. But as you go along, it will get better, I promise. And the flowers being close together really helps. It helps just make it look more full and probably expensive. I'm going to use that word. When you buy flowers that are grouped together like that, it's not thin. It looks like you paid a lot for it. And people are going, oh my God, where did you get that? Like, from my house where I made it. So I've got my pink flowers down now. I can our cameras are reversed again. It's so annoying. So I can tell this flower is not quite the same, but pretty good. You look so pretty. Yeah. They're sticking up higher, but yeah, no, it looks. Yeah, listen, we're gonna add gold in there. It's okay. It's okay
because I'm not able to get these.
It all catches your hair too, just so you know.
I know. I'm not able to get these weaved through here the way that I want. So.
Did I give you the harder one? I thought I was making it easier for you.
No, you gave me the hard one. She gave me the hard one, you guys.
I thought I was giving her the pre-made easy one, and. Do you want me to do that one?
No, I'm also not used to doing this. No. I want to learn how to do it. So no, I don't want you to do anything different. But let me see how you set yours. Okay, so they're like,
yeah. They're just wrapped around this green garland stuff. I mean, I've got points poking out. I don't need to worry about that yet. It's not going to matter soon. Promise. Okay. Cat's a Scorpio. We all know that, right? Patience is a virtue. It's okay.
Not my virtue, though.
Actually, your higher self is giving you chances to practice patience.
Well, I want to see what you do. What
okay,
are you doing?
Well, that's true. Sorry. I forget that it's a teaching moment. I'm taking this, and you've got it kind of wonky, but that's okay. And I'm finding those loops, and then I'm just going to put it through one of them. It doesn't need to go through all of them. One is good. So I've got it through one of the little...
things that are wrapped around
the little, whatever that's called. It's a grapevine type of thing. So also here, when she has it on this, I'm making a hard turn for it so that it sticks out. Right. Hard turn. And I can see your other stuff is kind of twisting, but listen, it'll be fine. So what you do want is for everything to be on the same level. So as Kat's making hers, if one is like down and one is up, we don't necessarily want that. And again, this is all going to be fixable once we get into our securing our, what's it called? Floral wire. And we're using a very thin floral wire, which just makes everything so much easier. So here's how Kat's is going to be right now. She's got just one piece of it holding it there, and this is going to be out because we're going to be wrapping that shit with wire. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. It's going to be fine.
Is this yours or mine? Because
Stop stealing my flowers. That's mine. You're about to make me not symmetrical. Okay. So we've got 2 pink and our big sunflower. Boom. Ready to go. Ready to go. Look, it's already looking pretty.
Well, it will.
It will be pretty. Yeah, we're gonna secure that with wire. You'll be fine. All right. We got 3 flowers on. Let's go for the next 2. We're doing these little red guys. I'm going to steal my flower back from her because she keeps taking my flowers. And all I did with that longer one is bend it over. We're just going to give that a good wrap again. Because as we turn and talk to people, we want to make sure that like the side of us is also bedazzled with flowers. And you guys know what? I'm really thinking about taking this flower crown to Beltane in Scotland. So I'll have to travel with this on the airplane. And I haven't told my husband yet that that's possibly a plan for me. I really hope that they have things for Beltane that I can buy in Scotland because I feel like that would be such an amazing like souvenir, gift to myself, remembrance, all of that. But I don't know. I'm not a big shopper. I mean, honestly, going into shops is not my favorite thing. I really like to be out and about and seeing the countryside, all the greenery, everything like that. But I would love to get some gifts from Scotland, and I'm hoping that they have some Beltane stuff that I could possibly buy and bring back for myself. But I don't know. So I'm thinking, I told my husband this already. I was like, what are we wearing for Beltane? Because this is like a big moment for me, right? I've been a practicing witch since I was 18. I'm 43, and I'm going to Beltane finally. Not finally. I mean, I'm just going. It's not like I've been planning it and never got there. I never planned it. I always thought, oh, that's really far away. I don't know. I have so much responsibilities. I'm raising a kid, all the things we say to ourselves on why we can't do things. But now, off to Beltane. I feel really bad that I gave you that now, just so you know. I do. I feel like an asshole, kind of, a little bit. Because now you're struggling.
You're not an asshole. Who's the asshole? She's not.
Well, I thought I was taking like the easier one. I don't know. I just feel kind of bad that you're a little bit struggling. You just have to have it in there once and leave all of the greenery alone after that. All the little green stems.
All the green stems?
Yeah, leave the green stems alone. So mine is like this because I have a very soft one and all my stems can wrap around very easily. With cats, show them. We're going to leave cats like this. We're going to use that floral wire to wrap that shit up. Okay? That's what we're going to do.
Something? Where's my... Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay. This guy's wonky as hell.
Okay. Wire wrapping is going to help. Moving on, we've got our next 2 beautiful little sunflower guys. Okay?
Okay. What I discovered with this, you guys, is that I can stick this wire through the middle, like make a space between the
grapevine type things.
Yeah, and stick it in there, and it like I can get it. It's better than what I was doing, trying to thread it through some loose stuff. Because I think I can make it work this way better than what I was trying to do.
It's a learning,
which is kind of like what Jamie's doing, and she's able to wrap because she's.
Look at that. Mine braids kind of beautifully. She's got that thin,
but look how pretty now.
Oh, it's
I'm
coming
super
together.
Excited now.
It's coming together.
I feel like I should take out those first ones and maybe
no. The wire wrapping.
No, this guy and straighten him out and then stick him through here instead of trying to wrap him around because it just is better that way.
Part of the growing process for cat.
Yeah.
So here is. I've wrapped it. Okay, now mine's getting tight. Remember how loose mine was where I could pull it over my head? I can't pull it over my head any longer. It is getting tight enough to where it just needs to set right on my head. That is it. That's where it's going to be. And it's actually a little bit tight. Boo. So like cat, I have these wires kind of pushing against my head. And I'm going to show you how to fix that using floral tape. It makes everything softer.
This worked so much better than what I was doing. So instead of trying to wrap this around this huge thing, this huge wreath, I'm taking and sticking it through in between them. And look at that.
Look at that. Hey, that looks a lot better.
Yeah.
All right.
So I can't really put it on my head because, I got all these I got all these wires, but you can see where it's going. Oh my gosh, that's pretty.
And it's like large. It looks really expensive. These wreaths that we just took apart, you guys, they were $10 each. So the flowers total $10. Kat's wreath that she's using to build hers was $9. So far you have
$20, basically.
Ish, yeah. Well, I was going to help them. So that's where we're at with cost, okay? My little floral wreath thing was only $4. If you get it on sale, it's only $2. But next up, we have blue. This is where it gets really hard for me because guess what? I am so chromatically degenerate. I want things to all be the same color. It's so difficult to add a blue into this. This is like tough for me. And what I did was, I don't need this extra wire. Mine is already tight enough. I actually pulled this off. This is just the top of the flower. It doesn't really, maybe it has wire in there. It doesn't seem like it, although it's kind of bendy. But I'm just going to take it and lace it through where it kind of goes in and out of the flower so that it's there, but I don't have to pin it. I don't have to do anything to it because again, we're going to wrap this with floral wire and it's going to be perfect. So I just threaded that through this side. Now I'm going to try to line that up, thread it through the other side, kind of get it even a little bit. Perfection is not the goal. It'll be amazing either side. Nobody's going to look at both sides of your head at the same time and go, your flowers are not in the same direction. So I just kind of have those that are not, I didn't wrap the wires around it. They're just sticking off and we're going to fix that with floral wire.
I like mine.
She's getting so happy. I love it.
Now I'm happy because I'm sticking each one of these heavy, these wires are thick.
They are thick. They are.
So instead of trying to wrap them, and they're not super flexible. So instead of trying to wrap them, I stuck them. I found a spot to stick them through here. Look, that looks amazing. Yeah. Can you guys see how she stuck them through the wreath like that? And the wreath is thick enough, together enough to where it holds them. Holds it, yeah. Technically, you could probably clip those off and just be done with it. Maybe it will poke your head because they're wires. Yeah. Well, I'll have to be careful because I can't have. You'll bend them. What we're going to do is we're going to end up. This is the top above her head. This is what will set closer to her face. What we're going to end up doing is taking them and just pushing them to the side and wrapping them with wire, but they'll be on top of the wreath. Yeah, because otherwise it'll get the wreath, it'll get too heavy. It'll get tight. It'll get too tight. It'll get too tight. I can already tell that would happen. I know. I can't believe mine already. I thought I made mine pretty big to where it wouldn't get tight, but barely over my head. It might scratch me. Okay. All right, what's next? So we got blue on there. Now what? I put my blue. You got your blue one. So. Now we have greenery if you want it. So the greenery is also just pop them off there, okay? And you can stick them in just anywhere you want if they look good. So I actually bought gold leaves because this is a solar holiday. Even though there's a lot of greenery around this holiday, it's definitely meant for green stuff. I'm going to add in some green leaves to each of my sunflowers. I want to see how that looks. I don't want to look too much like a, Julius Caesar with the leaves popping out on either side. But, oh yeah, look, it looks like green ears, Mom. I look like a little lamb with green ears. You do. Cosplay. So adding in some greenery is good. I don't think I'm going to use any of this. What I really love is I bought Kat and I these embellishments that are gold flowers, little gold leaves, which I'm more in love with. And then we've got gold little diamondy things. These are all like a couple bucks. These are nothing at all. And then of course we've got jewels because we're goddesses and there's got to be jewels. So I'm kind of stopping at this point. You're not going to put the greens on there? I don't think so. I'm taking my green ears off. That's it. I don't think I want them on. So this is what mine looks like right now. So the fact that there's nothing in the back does not bother me. Boom. Yeah, you don't need it in the back. I still look at how it looks sideways on me. I mean, you could. Why am I wearing a side? I don't know. It's bent. It's all wire, so that's what's great about it. It can get bent and you can put it back together and boom, it's done. La la la. Oh, now my blue flower is hanging down. Okay, we're going to be able to fix all of that, but now we're going to put in our embellishments. Where's my big gold? Oh,
big gold leaves. You guys, look at these. Oh, this is some goddess leaves.
I'm not
right
sure
here.
where those would go. So I have
All right,
some gold
flowers.
So are we just kind of like putting them in?
Yeah, we're gonna
like
fill in some spots.
Fill in some spaces in between them.
So this
is that what we're doing?
This is from. Oh, why don't I have 3 roses? Well, maybe they're just 2.
I have 2 roses.
Well, no, I thought there was 3 in the bunch. So I bought these little things, and I think they're for like, they might be for like the pockets of gentlemen for weddings. I don't know. But now I have 2, and they match. And all I'm going to do is find a spot.
You took them apart.
Yeah. Yeah, I take a lot of stuff apart. Because, like the stuff that they pre-make for me is not the vibe. I need it to be like my own.
Voila.
And all I'm doing is adding it to the bottom. This is, again, a solar holiday. So I chose the golds. I love it. Love, love, love it. And I just wrapped it around because it's got that wire. Everything is wired. There's 2 little leaves. You can spread them apart to make this look thicker. And so I put one over here underneath my pink. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Boomsy, boomsy, boomsy. Let's see.
You had a leaf on there.
Did you pull it off? No, just spread them apart.
I pulled one apart. Okay.
Yeah. So then you can put your leaves there. So these are going to be closer to our face. And that, I like that idea. I like that the gold is like closer to where.
Where'd you end up putting yours?
I put it right in the front.
Okay.
So you can see there's a gold here and gold there.
Okay.
That's where I put mine.
I'm copying her because I'm not as creative as she is. So
that's not true. She just takes longer to think about how she's going to be creative.
I'm creative in other ways. Like put me in front of a computer and give me something that I'll make it look really good. You'll be blown
Digitally
away.
Creative?
Yeah, you'll be blown away by it. But this stuff is harder for me because I just don't have the practice with it.
Yeah.
When you're raising 3 kids and working 2 or 3 jobs at a time, you don't have a lot of time for arts and crafts. So,
boo. That's all I did. Thank you for working all those jobs because I got to do arts and crafts all the time. And that is part of my witchcraft now. I mean, the crafty part of this for me is what makes my witchcraft items really special is because they do originate from me, from my ideas. It's really hard to buy things that are like boring that everybody else might have. That's really difficult for me. I like to be unique and original and weird. My sister's always told me that I dress like a grandma, and I'm like, I'm fine with that. That's okay with me. I'm, 27 and I dress like a grandma. All right. I don't care. So you find your own vibe and what you like, and then you just go with that. Don't let anybody tell you, again, it's never what's right or wrong. It's just what's right for you.
And you can say, I don't dress like a grandma. I'm boho. Get out of here.
No, I dress like a grandma. I didn't brush my hair. I wore like big knitted sweaters. It's ridiculous. But I like that look. And now I have these dresses. I think I've told you guys, like the dress that I do a lot of my spells in is just one solid black dress, long sleeves, long all the way to my feet because I cover myself up. A lot of the stuff I do outside, there's mosquitoes and, sometimes spraying myself with bug spray is very distracting as far as the smell goes when I'm trying to do something else. So my husband, when he sees me in that dress, he's always like, you look very Amish. It's like, well, I'm very magical. Nice. Yeah, I'm very magical, sweetheart. That's what that is. So now I took apart our little gold thing. Oh no. What are you struggling with?
I'm trying to get this through here. It's like this little thing and keeps bending. Wait, I think I got it. I'm trying to get it in the hole.
That's because it's never been your job. That's why you're not good at it.
I know, right? Exactly. Getting it in the hole is not my job.
This is another little thing from the His and Hers Hobby Lobby wedding section. I liked the gold. I like the sparkle. I took this apart to create just 3 little ones. And now I will actually put them to where they stick up and out of the flowers. And how's yours?
It's coming along.
It's coming along. So I made it really long to where it literally sticks up here. So when it's hard to tell on camera, but it's going to shine beautifully in the sun. That's where we're going with that. So adding little sparkles to it because we're goddesses. Okay. We're just going to add them in wherever, let them shine, give them some purpose.
That just brought to mind the Taylor Swift song.
Oh my God. Which one?
Sparkle. Make the whole world sparkle.
Shimmer.
Okay. What'd you do
Yes.
next? Oh, you did.
I just did some of these gold things. I just wanted to see them.
Okay.
Yeah, the little sparkly guys. We
These
don't have to
guys?
do every single thing on camera. It's just an idea of like how to build it, what to do. But these are wreaths we're keeping. This is not like we're doing this and this shit is going away for us. No, this is now going to be my Beltane wreath. I've never made a true Beltane wreath because I think I told you all the mixed colors unnerves my Virgo side. I don't know. I want everything to match. And this is not what I think of as matching. It's too colorful for me, which also this dress, got this at, the Goodwill. And I thought that's perfect for the Beltane season where it's all about the colors. That's hard for me. I don't know if it's hard for anybody else. Let me know. I'm into just, black, blue, purple, some maybe tan or white, but that's about it. That's my realm. And now greens, definitely greens. I like wearing green colors, but thank you, Brianna, saying they look so good. Oh my gosh. This is trial and error usually, honestly. It's crazy. So we have these little gold leaves now. And again, because this is a solar fire holiday thing where we're celebrating the sun, I am just sticking in some gold leaves in there. And there is no rhyme or reason to this. I'm wrapping it around the flower stems because I just want it to shimmer. We have to take a picture in like the real light because right now it's getting dark already here and we're not going to be able to show these in their full glory in sunlight, but we'll make sure we put that on the Facebook page. Yeah. Are we committed to that?
Absolutely.
Okay. You got to help me remember that. Okay. I've got my other two roses. I still want to get all this gold in here. No, actually I want to play with the big leaves. Oh my God. Look at that guy.
He's huge.
That's what she said. Yes. So the big leaves even, I've been known to spray paint plastic leaves before. I'm not against that for costumes or any kind of design, but the back of these are white and then the front is gold. Okay. So I want to make sure that as I place these, however I do it, that it's kind of bent to where only the gold shows. And what we're truly thinking about when we place this gold leaf in here is this is the reflection of the sun's power. This is how we incorporate the sun, the energy, the colors that represent the sun within these things. All right. So I just put a big leaf on the side. Mommy, how's it look?
It looks like a big ear. It looks like an ear.
Hey, I'm going to be an elf. I love it. So being able to stick these in places that might. So, okay, I'm going to go some Caesar ways with it then. How about this?
What I ended up doing with mine was these little bitty wires are harder to get through the center of this guy.
Because they bend?
Yeah, because they bend. So what I'm ended up doing is wrapping it around it, which is pretty easy. So I can put them where I want and it looks really cute. And I can make it, then I can, once I get it on here, then I can make it.
Wait, where's my front? Oh, look, I have like a front horn. So listen, I just want the gold shiny stuff happening. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be like, down. I don't know. I have to see this in front of the mirror, but it's all about trial and error. I loved how big and shiny these were. Maybe it's just like that where it tucks.
Yeah.
And it's just the gold being able to shine from that. But I love them. I love these weird, big, shiny gold leaves.
I like these sparkly diamond things that we put in here. That's so cute.
Love it.
I do. I really like that. It just adds, like, if you guys can see those.
Well, it adds, like, you can't really see it on camera
hard
that
to
well.
see,
I know.
They're like here. And I could do a lot more of them, but I'm not going to spend all that time here.
No, we're going to fix it up later.
Because we need to get, we don't want to keep you guys here till 10 o'clock.
I can craft forever. Anybody want to hit me up and craft with me? Oh, listen, guys, crafting forever. What's crazy is that normally I would just go into my whole craft section and pull stuff out to be able to do something like this. But I did purposely go to the store to buy new things to make this specific crown because I knew that I had not given Beltane enough time and attention. Time and attention. I was like, one of those words is wrong. Time and attention. Time and attention. Alliteration is a friend until it's not. And so I went to the store and just, I was like, yeah, let's get some gold out there. I don't have any crowns that have gold in it. I am more of a silver person. I don't know why. It's probably my moon sign. I like the moon more and the solar energy, masculine energy, I might be more uncomfortable with. So if you're adverse to gold jewelry, gold stuff, that also might be true for you. It's just part of what gold represents, whereas silver represents the moon and the intuitive side and the feminine. So if you have the same problem, I'm here with you. We can go into recovery together. What next do you have? Oh, listen, I don't know. This crazy sparkly thing, this was it was half off, so it says $7. So was it $3.50?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Put those leaves in there. They're annoying me. Those gold leaves. I'm like, they're so big.
There you go.
Like I don't even know
mine.
how would I even.
I just curled mine.
How would I even make it look right?
I don't know. But
so
I'm taking.
You curled it like so.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be bigger. I thought when I unraveled it, it was gonna be larger. So when I look at stuff at the craft store, I always think about like, oh, okay, so for 6 of these, this is $3. But for all these jewels, this is only $5. I'm like, well, this is a way better deal. And I love shit that's shiny and glittery and full of, divinity for women. And so I got these for us. And I'm hoping to be able to use it because I really like it. But now I'm thinking that it might just be appropriate straight for the front. I don't know. This is part of the crafting process, you guys. I hope that you're thinking like, oh, I know what I would do with that. Or, oh, I have ideas with that. Because this is, you just stick it on there, see what happens, see if you like it. Maybe you don't. I
got ears.
Look, you have horns. You have little blue horns.
I have little horns.
So
I kind of like that.
I'm a lamb and you're a Taurus.
Of a Greek goddess or something.
Yeah.
With horns.
Okay. Do you remember for that fairy party, I bought a bunch of those elf ear things? Yeah, that was fun. It was fun to take pictures with. We never posted those anywhere, did we?
I don't think so.
No. A little too private. Okay. Now I've got a bunch of glitter and bling going on in mine because I added this stuff that's some kind of wedding decor. I don't know what it's for, but
man, I love that.
Right?
I do.
It's
I
so
just love
pretty.
It. Let me see how you're getting it in there.
Listen, I'm literally putting it around the bottom because we're about to go back through all of this with the special shit right here. Floral wire. Put it all in place so that it can't come undone. Right now
so
it's kind of
it on the bottom so it hangs down.
I'm putting it on the bottom, but it's going to stick up through the flowers, so it can be sort of front facing. But no, not on. It's not going to hang down onto my face. No. My little thing is too. Yeah, so I've got it. It's a little janky right now.
How does this come apart? Is this to come apart? Is this where it comes apart?
Where it's really thick. Yeah, yeah, right there. Oh, okay. Just peel that back. It's just some kind of gold tape stuff. I actually think I got that on wrong. I don't know. I can't even see the things. Look, here's my gold leaves turning the wrong way. They look like little pig ears. I love it. It reminds me of Sweet Tooth. If anybody's seen that show,
I love that show.
Oh, Sweet Tooth is so cute. I know, right?
It's so cute.
Little girl, all the little animal peoples.
Yeah,
it's like that's what I wish would have happened with COVID. Could we just get some,
yeah, for sure,
half-breed animal kids? Yeah. I'd be all about dedicating spaces to them, protecting them and stuff.
That's a Netflix show, in case you guys, it's been out for a couple of years now, I think.
I think it was a book first, but yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with these gold leaves. Kat says they're big. They are. They shine. They look, a little crazy. Oh, look, Mommy, I'm really like a pig or a horse or a donkey. I don't know. But
that's a donkey ears.
It's a donkey ears. I'm a wild ass. That's what I am. Those roam free in the Southwest. Okay, so I might have to fix that. As you can see, it's always a work in progress. But we've got the things together. We're going on an hour. We gotta
hurry up.
You guys, we don't want. Okay.
Okay. So this. Wait, I just want to show you guys. So what?
You started going like.
Well, because for the sparkly things, I don't know if you guys can see them.
It's tough to see the clear white
sparkly. The sparkly things. I'm just going to lay it on top of here, and then once I get it in, I'll make them stand up. So
wrap it.
Yeah.
Mine
wrap it, and I'll make them stand up. So I don't really need to secure these very much because we're getting ready to wrap wire, and then once the wire's wrapped, then these can be adjusted.
I'm tucking the big gold leaves into the flowers, so it's more of like a curl rather than a thing. I just want the color of it truly, and I've got other gold leaves. I've got the small ones, but we're not. don't want to keep you guys on here for 2 hours. Like we said, we're very crafty. We can get into all this stuff. So
she's very crafty. I'm learning. Okay. All right.
2 ways to set this. Actually, you can set it both ways. First, we can do the floral wire, okay? I want you to get the thinnest floral wire that you can. I chose the 26 gauge. That's what the smallest was. The reason that we want to work with something so small is because it's really easy and it's not like a tough thing. Okay, but nobody told me how to find the end of this either. I just bought all this stuff, you guys. I have my own floral wire, but it's silver.
The start of it?
Green. Yeah, mommy.
Let me see.
Damn it. Things I don't anticipate.
Oh, that's the cutter.
Yeah, you gotta find the end. Well, you're doing the same thing I was doing.
Well, it must have a place where it starts.
Yeah. Well, I would hope so. It kind of reminds me of like when you get thread and stuff. They should have like a little notch in it.
Yeah, it should. You would think they have it.
Boo. I'm about to just pull out a piece and start cutting. How about that?
How about that?
Oh, wait. When I did that,
I think
no.
Oh.
It got knotted up in the center. Oh, wait. Is that? No. Mm-mm. All right. It's about to get just flipped down. All right. Luckily, this was only a couple bucks. So we're going to pull it to cut it. Never bought one. Did I do it? It's so thin. It's so thin. Okay. I love it. I'm like, oh, yes, use this floral wire. And then I can't even.
If you can figure out where it starts.
Well, then I got it stuck in a hole.
Did you make a mess?
Yes, I tangled it all up. All right, listen, that's why we have clippers. Okay.
So we don't have to have one continuous piece, right? We can do different pieces and secure the flowers in place as we go so we can get them right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just pulled off a bunch of this very thin wire. It's so thin, I don't even think you guys can hardly see it on camera. I'm just giving it a nice little cut. It doesn't have to be a continuous piece. It just needs to wrap around what we got going on. If I had like prepped for this, I probably could have found the end, but I didn't. I was just like, no, you guys are going to learn as I learn too, right? Like, let's just dive into it and get all of this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, look, I found it.
Did you though?
Yeah, I did.
With all those other cut ends?
It's coming from the center.
Okay, great. Because now
okay,
this is thin enough to where I definitely made a small knot, but I love puzzles. So boom, now I got a long piece.
Okay, so clippers.
Yeah.
All right. So do you have a place that you like to start when you start wrapping? You start from the middle flower in the front and get that secured?
I start from one side to the next. So, and as I do this, I'm taking this very thin wire. Oh my gosh, you can't even see it.
You literally can't see it.
Oh, look, it's a hair on my forehead. Now you can see it. Okay. This is it. And what's beautiful about this, if you mess up, if you don't like it, you can unwrap it. But you're basically going to make sure that the tip, the point of the wire is on the top so it doesn't stab you in the forehead, okay? Very important. So I've got this little tip here. Boom, boom, boom. He is sticking up. I'm not even placing him yet. He's just loose up there, just hanging out, freeloader up there. And now I'm going to take this shorter piece of wire. Okay, I just unwrapped the whole thing. But I'm taking this wire. It's not a huge piece of it because that's also exhausting. And I'm just sticking it through and wrapping it, sticking it, pulling it through, wrapping it. This is it. It's very, very simple to wrap it. And you don't have to wrap it like, it has to go into space and it needs to save somebody's life. You just have to wrap it enough to where the things that you want to stay are there and in place. So that's why starting out with like a cut piece is really good. You don't want to try to use a super long piece. You can restart it anytime you want. So what I'm doing is I'm wrapping this gold trim that Kat was just working with because I like all these little sparkles. I'm getting that as stuck to it as I can. And as I pull it through, I'm making sure that it's only going against this part. Okay, so like the edge part. You want to make sure that it doesn't grasp a flower, bend a leaf down. And because this stuff is so soft and so easy to work with, you're not going to have any problems. It's so pliable. I don't use anything that is like really difficult or stiff to work with because I like to change shit up and I like to readjust and I like to make sure that I can maneuver things. And that is a good reason to use a thinner floral wire when you're making these And so all you have to do is what I'm doing. Like, I wish you guys could see this crazy thin wire, but I'm working it through the flowers so that it doesn't catch any of them. Like, it's pulling on this guy right now. Unhook him, boom, all the way around. So the wire is just falling on the base of the floral stuff. It's not catching any flower petals, any leaves. And because this stuff's super inexpensive, use as much as you want, as much as you feel like you need to get things hooked down, settled, in the right position for you, the way you like it. Kat she had this one sticking up, and I don't like that. So I'm actually going to lay that down over here and wrap it in also.
I did that. The blue one?
Yeah, the blue one. It sticks up a little too much for me.
I secured mine down because it had that one long piece on it.
Yeah.
So I did the same thing.
All right. So I've got to.
It was like, otherwise it was like,
right. Yeah. I mean,
listen,
I love the idea of having the horns, but that's not the wreath I'm making today. You can always make that wreath another time. And I'm calling it a wreath. It's a head wreath, a crown,
flower crown is what we advertised.
Yeah,
for this.
We advertised.
We advertised for this session, for this live is what we're making. Man. Because somebody asked us when was it that they,
oh no.
What were we doing? We were wearing crowns or something, and someone put a comment and said, "Can you show us how to make flower crowns?" I was like, Jamie, we should do a demo to make flower crowns. She's like, you're always coming up with this stuff.
I know. I love it. All right. So I just deheaded one of the fake flowers. And so it's got the green stem here. Just so you know, there's a little hole, and all you got to do is stick that little mofo back on there, and you are good to go. If you feel like it's still going to fall off, like it's just got a bad connection, use hot glue. Hot glue is always
That's what I did on my Yule wreath. I used hot glue.
A lot of hot glue.
Which might have been why it was so heavy.
She had 500 sticks of hot glue on her wreath.
I mean, really, I used, because it was, I had little silver, like glitter balls in it, and poinsettias and all.
Where is that wreath?
It's packed with my Christmas stuff.
Oh, we'll have to make sure that we show that off later.
Yeah, I'll show it when we do Yule we'll do a Yule one.
We'll do Yule this year.
We'll do Yule for sure. We'll do a Yule live.
Yeah.
And I'll bring it out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's massive. It's like literally, you know how the King of England's got to wear that, or the Queen of England. I remember watching Crown, and if you've ever watched the series The Crown, when the Queen is young and she's going to get the coronation, and she asks to borrow the crown and takes it home, and it weighs like 5 pounds, and she's like, this thing is way heavier than I thought it would be. Yeah, that's how my wreath, that's how my Yule crown is, because I just really didn't know.
Well, I think subconsciously she did that because she loves the royal family stuff. So she subconsciously made her crown as heavy as the Queen's crown.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you.
That's probably true, because I love him. I'm all about, following the monarchy. Oh, what's happening with the prince and princesses and all that shit. I come from royalty. I know this. Although I'm sure that in my ancestors were some bastards of some king somewhere. Because,
aren't they all?
Yeah, I'm sure of that. So.
And me, I could care less. I have no interest. It's not exciting to me whatsoever. It's terrible. I am more into Egyptian stuff.
I like the. I don't know. I don't know what about it is that intrigues me, but it does.
Listen. That's probably part of your past life stuff.
I think it is part of my past life. My mother did the genealogy for her side of the family, going way, way back, and we're descendants of Richard III. And when I said, "Oh, I'm royalty," we're descendants of Richard III. She's like, "Yeah, you and 5 million other people." So I'm not special. What?
You're very special to me.
I'm not special.
I couldn't have asked for a better
royalty.
You're royalty to me.
Okay.
Look at us making crowns together.
All right. Well, mine's going to take a long time to do, so I'm going to.
Yours is going to take a long time.
Yeah, because I'm having to secure these heavy pieces of, unless I cut them, which.
Don't cut them. It will poke you. I've learned that lesson. Don't do that. What has to happen is,
they're just because of the thickness and the thickness of this, they're kind of tough to get in there. They're kind of tough to lay flat, get secured, whatever the hell I'm talking about.
Listen, I didn't say this was an easy craft. I was just saying, like,
No, this is work. So hello.
It's not just work, but you have to have some vision in it to where, what is it that you want it to look like also? I mean, I've done crowns that have the whole back filled as well. I have other ones where the back is not super important to me. So this one, it's not, but this one it is. I have a whole thing for the back that ties together. And it's just preference. But when you're starting these projects, just go with your feeling and know that you can always change it later. Know that you'll get better each one that you do. Like, just give it a try.
Okay, mine's going to take longer. So how about if I start reading some of the comments while you're doing that?
Okay, here's the mouse. No.
Hold on. I just want to get closer. Yeah, because I can't read because I can't read that far away. Okay. So while Jamie's finishing, I'll finish mine later. I swear I will. It's just going to take me. It's going to take me, a newbie, a little longer. And I'm not super creative. So depending on your level.
Oh my God. Do you hear this negative self-talk she's doing?
No, I'm serious. Like, this is a for real thing. So if you don't do a lot of arts and crafts, this might be a harder project for you than for somebody who does. That's so pretty.
It's so colorful. I've never made one like that before. It's not quite symmetrical. I will have to fix, like, I've got a horn here. I'll have to fix that. But yeah, listen.
I love the way these hang down. I like it. Yeah. I know you don't want them hanging down on your forehead.
I just didn't want them on my face.
Yeah, but I like the way they're on the side.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Okay, how do I use this mouse? Where's the thing? She's got an iPad. I don't. Oh my God! I work on a Mac.
It's not an iPad.
She's got a Mac computer, and I don't. I want to read.
See that?
Okay.
Okay, and then just move your finger this way. It's just
it just moved.
It doesn't have a roller ball.
I'm looking for the roller bar. All right, I'm going to start saying hi to people and reading your comments while Jamie is. What are you going to do?
I'm looking cute.
Are you going to finish it up? All right.
No, I'm just
Kristen. Hey, witches. Hey, Kristen. All right, let me go by and say, Kristen. Yeah. Hi, Kristen.
And
hi,
Linda.
Jeannie.
Oh my gosh.
Why isn't this moving? Oh, I see. I got to be over here. It doesn't move.
No, ma'am. Listen, it's just your finger like this. Up, down, up, down.
Where's the pointer?
Right there. It's a finger.
Okay.
It looks like a Mickey Mouse glove, but with like this.
Okay, there it is. Okay, let's see. Okay. Kristen, Jenny, oh my gosh.
We're backwards. Sorry.
Sophia.
Oh, that's really pretty. That is nice. I like it. Sophia.
Kristen says, I'm watching tonight, then getting supplies and rewatch to make one.
Oh my gosh, Kristen, can you please put a picture on Facebook if you're on the Facebook?
Yeah, please share it with us.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Listen.
Then we got Dreamtime and Jacqueline and let's see, Linda. Thank you. From the UK. Linda from the UK. Oh my goodness. That's so cool.
Hey, are you going to go to Beltane?
Are you going? Jamie's going to be in Scotland.
Wait.
Look at this. This is magnificent.
Okay, I'm curious. Do you want that going down? Is this the bottom or is that the top? Is this the top?
That's the top. Yeah, that's the top.
Okay, so your little crystals will be.
Yeah, they'll be sticking up. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Where was I? So
I'm going to use the glittery.
Let's see. I said Linda from the UK, then Lynn Ashley. Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Floral tape.
So you don't have to glue anything. That's
could.
Great. That's from Dreamtime.
Yeah, listen, Dreamtime Tarot.
I glued my Yule one. Yeah. But when you're gluing, and what's great about I remember the way that I did it because I had a lot of things. So what's great about these fake flowers is you can like pull them off. So you got like just the head of it, and I know, and this is a pretty small example of that. But you have flowers, and then you can glue them in there. There's a lot of burnt fingers, so you can use hot glue. You can't.
Is Selena here tonight? Selena knows about burnt fingers.
It's a lot of finger burning.
Passing them out.
Hi, Brianna. Good to see you. Let's see.
No, Brianna. Yeah,
Brianna.
I gotta make sure I say it right.
We're used to saying Brianna.
I'm used to saying Brianna. That's all.
Thank you. Oh, ouch! This one's got a pokey.
Well, okay. Give me a minute. It's not totally done.
I have. Let's see. What does Brianna say? I love a good witchy craft.
So I hope you guys didn't miss, but in the beginning, you know, what I talked about was for witches, the stereotype is to have like a witch's pointed hat. And I get that. Listen, I love it. I feel like there's some really good symbolism there. But for me, in my practice, being a witch is about really being connected to the earth. And this is where I feel like we're earth goddesses. Like, I truly believe that when we get into witchcraft as women, even as men, that's a forgotten fucking path for them too, right? Like, they're not... Well, I don't know. I think we all like kind of the lumberjack burly man that can like build stuff and take care of us. Yes. That's part of that male god figure. That's like the earth man that can manipulate the elements and make things happen. Whereas for us, it's about the fertility. We make things grow. Like, they can harvest and they do their part, and we make things grow and things beautiful. And for me, witchcraft is about that, the connection with the earth. And so flower crowns were the natural thing for me to wear. I didn't buy witches hats.
And just the feminine creates. That's what we do. We create life. We create. That's what we do.
We do create.
Let's see.
Men create too. It's just in a different, it's more protective.
Let's see. I think Brianna commented on Sweet Tooth about that was a great show. They need more seasons. Agree completely.
Right? Hurry up, Sweet Tooth.
Was it like only one season that we got?
No.
Was it two? It was so good. I loved it. I know I watched it multiple times. Let's see.
That and the mushroom one.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
I'm glad you're here. She said she nearly missed you.
Aww.
But I'm glad you're here.
That's why we record these, then. That's why we record them.
They are so pretty. Let's see, Dreamtime. They are so pretty. I will make mine all sunflowers and gold leaves. I like everything the same. She sounds like you.
See, I know, right? It's like to choose 5 colors together. I'm just going... People are going to think this looks terrible. This does not.
Let's see,
aesthetic.
Charlotte. I'm from good Irish royal stock.
Yeah, girl.
I love that.
Oh my gosh, show us your stuff. Some Irish pride.
Let's see, Brianna. I think too.
I'm trying to wrap this. Okay, I gotta say this gold one is not nearly as good as the green one. It's not as sticky. It's beautiful, but it's not as sticky. I would definitely like attach this with some hot glue.
So I'm going to just say, now, of course, I didn't get to start with Jamie, so maybe it would have been just as hard, but I feel like if I'm going to do this again, I'm going with this garland instead of this big heavy one because it just seems like, I don't know. I'm going to, but this thing it's heavy now. It's weighty.
Don't say it's heavy. Okay,
well,
compare the two. Compare the two. Which one's heavier?
Oh, is that what you did to get that all down there? Oh
well,
my gosh, I was doing it the hard way, you guys.
I know. It's okay. Listen, it's not as sticky as I want it to be. The green is easier. It stretches, and so it actually like tapes to itself. This, even though it's beautiful, it's actually just sticky underneath, and it doesn't stretch. Yeah. So I bought this thing, it'd be a great idea. And it is beautiful. Look, I love it. I love the gold around it, but I could do gold ribbon just the same and have the green around the stuff.
Thank you for securing all that for me.
Yeah, it's not 100%.
Because I think now I can actually put on my crown. Let me get my sparkly.
Decrown you really quick, and then I'll recrown.
I'm gonna get all my little sparkly things standing up here, which I just love.
I know. So mine are at the
all
bottom.
These little crystals. I love. My crystals are standing up.
All right, you guys. We're not gonna do this, but I want you to know that I bought. Here's a secret. I bought buttons. These are buttons. Look at this button. It's insane. And you can use it to create a dangle because I like me some dangles. I like me some bling on stuff. Anything that makes you feel a little more fancy. You can have that if it's your thing, dangling below.
Backwards.
We're backwards? What do you mean?
Me, I'm backwards. So, yeah, I need to make some adjustments, but it's getting there.
It's not always perfect
on this side. Oh gosh, this is so weird having it backwards. Where are you? This?
Don't do the thing. You're like, I don't look at mine. It looks like I'm tilted.
Sticking up on this guy that sticks up. On the other side, I made that one stick.
Yeah. Well, and for mine, because mine's like this thin stuff, I actually need to go back around with something softer. I will tell you guys a secret. They sell stuff that goes inside of like cowboy hats or summer hats.
Like a felt.
It's not felt. It's actually it's kind of foam. It's really soft. And I've used it on some hats that I've bought. And so you can actually, like sticky.
Oh yeah, it's what you
foam
used
stuff.
on your
Yes.
witch ride hat.
Yes,
Yeah.
on my witch ride hat. Yeah. Where's that?
Well, I just think these are like super cool.
Oh,
So I love them. And I'm okay with imperfection because I'm imperfect. So
we're
this
perfectly imperfect.
is perfectly imperfect.
Yeah. So inside of this hat, I have this liner stuff and it's foam. So as it sits on your head, which way's my front? I don't remember. But when it sits on there, then
This
it's
is the
just
one-
really soft.
This is the one pointy hat that she will wear.
Because it's got garden all over it. Look how cute it is. It's adorable. I look like a fairy. I was
this
born
was
out
the
of
hat
garden.
that
For the witch's
that
ride.
she made for the witch's run.
Yeah. I was a garden witch. So I had like overalls and gardening tools and flowers and my bike decorated. Yes. So that's the foam stuff. If you have to use something because it becomes too pokey, it's a really good option. I think we have done everything we can, and it is like way late. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sticking through this with us.
So when let's see.
you know.
So as a beginner here, wreath floral crown maker, I'm going to tell you to take your time. If you're not super crafty like me, take your time, go slow. If you get frustrated, walk away from it and come back.
It's good advice.
And just keep working at it and go slowly and get the stuff the way that you like it.
Yeah, keep trying it on. You saw us keep trying them on.
Keep trying it on.
Do that. I think that really helps you understand like what you're looking for, what you like, what looks good on you.
And I think also remember that you can start out with a simple crown, like just a few flowers, and then you can embellish. You can just keep adding to that. Yeah. These are pretty simple, and they're very cute. Did you make this or is it store bought?
No, that's store bought.
Okay, so
it's for other people.
It's for you bought these for I think it's very look, it matches my outfit too. I think
it does. You're very matchy. This is my midsummer one. I don't think it's on quite right because the things are going into my face. But maybe have it on upside down. I don't know. It's very large. Whose head was this made for?
Dreamtime wants to know where that's Dreamtime. That's 2 hats that she took. It's 2 hats, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
She made that pointy hat. It was 2 straw hats.
Listen, see the curve? Michael's has these little straw hats, for like $4, and I basically unraveled them. They're just sewn together, these little lines. You just unravel them. I put a paper cone inside of there, and then I just started it with hot glue. This is all hot glue, babe. This is a lot of hot glue. This is probably like 10 sticks of hot glue going on. And before the flowers, it's really funny because the round little bowler hat shape was still there. And so it was like a point with like it was a very weird shape, but all the flowers up the sides really helped that not look as weird. Yeah. So 2 hats made into one.
I think we should teach classes. This would be such a fun Saturday.
Yeah,
what about wine and crowns or something like that?
Wine and crowns.
Instead of paint and wine and paint.
Wine and crowns.
You do wine and crowns or something. Listen, that would be so fun.
I've made most of my witchcraft stuff because
somebody's here.
Is it Cameron?
Yes, Cameron.
Oh, my kid is here.
All right, you guys. Well,
we should wrap it up.
We should probably thank you for staying with us for this long.
Mwah. We will see you next week. I hope you guys try this out. And if you do, it's okay. It's okay.
Sorry about that. Good Lord.
This happens. It's okay, puppy. We will see you guys next Thursday, of course. And if you try any of this out, please post pictures. We would love to see. And if you need any help, oh my gosh, please reach out. I've been doing this for years and years and years, and I absolutely love it. And I have a lot of, things to make it less expensive. That's my biggest, what do you call that?
Your hat trick?
My biggest.
Your stick?
I don't know what that's called. There's a word. I can't think of it.
Well, go ahead and say what it is.
My biggest flaunt is that I know how to do shit on the cheap. That's it. Because I've been doing it long enough. Okay.
Yeah.
We better go. And you better go. Oh my gosh. Mwah. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Good night.
Good night. It's an hour and a half.